the start of the golf season and I've got my first competition this week, so I thought I'd run you through my what's in the bag setup currently and what I'm going to be playing with. I'm actually playing in my first ever professional event next week in the Rose Series. For some reason I thought that was a good idea to start my season off with that. Feeling pretty nervous about it, but let's see what clubs are going to be helping me out. First off, need to actually talk about my new golf bag because I'm so excited about this. It's a Vessel bag and it's their Player 4 Pro. And it's just incredible. Like, the pocket configuration is so good, and there's just like magnetic pockets everywhere. They're incredible. Look at this water holder. Literally fits any size of water ball in existence. It's just so good. And leather. Like, I like a big carry bag so I can use it on a trolley or carry it, and it fits all my stuff in, and it's just perfect. It's ticking all the boxes. Anyway, what's actually in the bag? First off, let's start at the bottom with my putter. I've actually made a random putter change recently and gone back to kind of an old trusty model from the garage. So I've gone back to a TaylorMade Spider. I don't know if it's just like been watching Scotty too much and think I need a bit more forgiveness. And also the fact that given I was starting my season, I thought I'll do some videos of my putting, I'll check my posture, I'll get my mirror out, I'll check my eye line, and I was stood so upright. So this is actually a little bit shorter than my previous putter, and it's just getting me like back into a better position over the golf ball. So if you're about to get back into the season, worth checking your eye line, your posture for your putting, because it's really crucial for getting putts rolling where you want them. This is actually a custom Spider GT which I made on the My Spider on the TaylorMade website. I made it red because I just love it, and I've got this really long like black alignment aid which I think just sits really nicely behind the ball, and it matches up to the line on my golf ball, so it really helps me in terms of alignment. The face and everything match the club head, which I just like in terms of loft over the golf ball, and hopefully that kind of shorter custom length shaft is going to help me out a little bit in terms of just being a little more consistent in my putting. I've even got little HHs on the sole. It's just like a good omen, that, isn't it? Next up, wedges. We've still got my Adele's in the bag. If you watched my fitting, you probably know why. They was just super thorough with this. And I really like the fact I've got 3 different lofts, but actually with the same grind, so they're very versatile. I feel like I can go in a bunker, and if I'm like 40, 50 yards away, I can use my 54 rather than my 58, but it still feels the same through the sand as it would do with a short shot of my 58. So it really just helps with my consistency. I have quite weird gappings here, so 58 is my highest loft. That's what I've always used since I was a kid, and I just feel like I know how far the shots will go with this and like the trajectories of my chip shots and know how to control it. Then I've got 54, and then after that I go to 48, which is quite close to my 46-degree pitching wedge, but I just prefer this for hitting like 3/4 and half shots when I'm pitching. I think it's more versatile and you can control the golf ball a little bit better. So yes, I do have a small loft gap there, but it works for me. Also, these wedges, just in their nature, as with all specialist wedges, are a lot smaller and compact club head than like a traditional pitching wedge from a set. So the loft doesn't necessarily play as strong as like a 48 pitching wedge would. So there still is a bit of a gap there. Right, what have we got next? Oh wait, yeah, I was looking for some new subscribers. Did you know over 75% of people watching my videos aren't subscribed to the channel? It makes a huge difference if you can hit that button, and it just boosts what content we can make in the future. Right, back to the rest of the golf clubs. Okay, into the irons. I'm still with my trusty Titleist combo set. So pitching wedge 9-iron, 8-iron, I have the T100s. I've got the AMT Black S300 shafts in these, which I really like. And also on all my clubs, I've got Golf Pride Tor Velvet undersized grips. When we move into the longer irons from 7-iron to 4-iron, I've got the T150s. I just find they're a little bit more forgiving, and also they're just a bit thicker, so they give me a little bit more ball speed. Especially in like the 4 and 5-iron, they give me a little bit of extra height, which is really important, being able to like stop the ball when we're hitting long approach shots into par 4s and par 5s. Woods, I have made kind of a change here, because for like the last 2 years I've been playing a 3-wood and a 5-wood, but I've actually swapped a hybrid back in, mainly because I bought this head cover. I don't really wanted to put it back in the bag. No, I'm joking. It's mainly because I went for a PXG fitting and I just love the performance of this new hybrid. So this is the Black Ops, and I think it's just a really good blend of something that quite curved at the back but also square at the front, so you get that blend of it playing like an iron and a wood. Honestly, I hit about 2 shots in my fitting before I knew like I was happy with this. It launches really high but has a really good match of spin and ball speed, so it's very consistent but gives me loads of height and land angle to get it to stop. I mainly use this like second shots into par 5s or long par 4s, so it's really important I can control it. I've also found in the past some hybrids have been too spinny and they kind of get lost in the wind, but this wasn't really the case with this at all, so that's definitely helped, and so it has come in to replace my 5-wood. Now I've got a Mitsubishi Tensai Blue shaft in this. It's 75 grams and it is stiff. Did I mention I'd been to Augusta? Follow that theme into my 3-wood. So again, I've got the PXG Black Ops. We've got the same shaft setup, but this is actually 65 grams instead of 75. I really love this 3-wood. Again, like with the hybrid, it just gives me a really good balance of height and ball speed. It can be really hard to launch a 3-wood in the right window. Sometimes people don't get enough height on them, but PXG have worked really hard on getting good like launch and height with these, and it definitely showed off. One thing I like is I just feel consistent with this. It's a little shorter build than what I had before. It just feels a little bit easier to set up and swing. Also, we did loads of swing weight working on this just to get it to be right for my swing and also to get like the shot shape dialed in. Lastly, the big stick. Also, how cool is this Skins head cover? Definitely got a bit of a black vibe going on the bag, minus this. So a little pop of colour on this is nice. And this is covering up the TaylorMade QI10 Max driver. If you've watched my best drivers, you've seen that I picked this in here. Very close second over the Ping G410 Max 10K. This is another 10K driver. They've been really popular this year. I find this super forgiving. Again, I've got the Mitsubishi Tensai Blue in this in a 65 stiff, which is pretty much like my 3-wood, but this is kind of the new AV version of the driver shaft. Now, I have really been liking the performance of this, although I did go for a Ping fitting the other day. So we're gonna have to see what comes of that. Another big thing people forget is part of their equipment, but it is golf ball. I'm using the new TaylorMade TP5X. I don't know if you've watched my fitting, but actually the ball speed increases I got with this were insane, like off the chart.
Ball speed, 21 TP5 peaked at 115, okay? The least amount you held a new one was 122.
It was probably the biggest ball speed increase I got from like any new product this year. And also I just really love the picks pattern, and I think they've done a great job with like how they've improved it this year and the changes to the side stamp. So yeah, these are definitely going to be staying in my golf bag. Although I love some of the new limited edition designs, like the Nelly Corda donut ball. That could definitely be going in the bag. Other few little bits of tech I've got in here. I've got my ShotScope Pro ZR laser. I really like this because it has the slope function that you can turn on and off, so I can use it in like practice rounds for tournaments, learn what the differences in elevation are, but then turn it off afterwards so I can use it in tournaments. I generally combine this with some sort of GPS on the golf course, so I have the ShotScope X10, which I can use if I'm wanting to track my stats that round. I also have my Garmin Approach S70, which I really like because it also tracks like my fitness off the course and my golf course performance. Not necessarily as good as the ShotScope because I don't have the tags that go in my clubs, so I can't really do my stats with it, but I can see GPS out on the course. So I tend to use that if I'm just playing for fun and not wanting to track my stats. One last thing that people don't class as golf equipment, but they should, is golf shoes. And I've got a wide selection of Dukas for this season, which I'm really excited about. So keep your eyes out for all the different ones that I'm going to be wearing in videos this year. So that's a roundup of my what's in the bag. A few things that have been in here for a while, a few things that are new and have changed. Any surprises? What do you think of this setup? Is there anything you've seen in my videos that you think I hit better and I should be using? And what's in your setup for this season? Let's see how I get on in my next few tournaments, and also my fittings that I've got coming up, and see if this is going to change or not.